in, go in, go in, go in, go in, man, go in.
Let's go to the NBA and let's talk about the Dallas Mavericks as the Dallas Mavericks decided to part ways with former general manager Nico Harrison on Tuesday. And this was the Mavericks owner statement after they decided to part ways with Nico Harrison. This is Patrick Dumont, the owner for the Dallas Mavericks. He said, quote, "No one associated with the Mavericks organization is happy with the start of what we all believed would be a promising season. You have high expectations for the Mavericks, and I share them with you. When the results don't meet expectations, it's my responsibility to act. I've made the decision to part ways with general manager Nico Harrison." This was the statement from Mavericks owner Patrick Dumont after they parted ways with Nico Harrison. So, first and foremost, I see people on sports talk shows and fans talking about how this trade with Luka Doncic being traded to the LA Lakers and Anthony Davis being traded to the Dallas Mavericks. I hear individuals who are NBA fans and NBA sports shows who are talking about how this was the worst trade in NBA history. And some people have even went as far as to say this is the worst trade in sports, period. Like, this is the worst trade in sports history. Let me be very clear. The worst trade that went down in NBA history to me took place July 19th, 2019, when the LA Clippers decided to trade SGA to OKC, and they sent Gallinari, and it was also five first round picks as a part of that trade to OKC in exchange for Paul George. July 10th, to be exact, 2019, I said July 19th, I meant July 10th, 2019, the OKC Thunder traded for SGA and Danilo Gallinari and 5 first-round draft picks in exchange for Paul George. So Paul George went to the Clippers, SGA and Danilo Gallinari and 5 first-round picks went to the Thunder. That was highway robbery. The OKC Thunder should be arrested for theft for what they were able to get from the LA Clippers trading for SGA, who is now an NBA MVP, an NBA Finals MVP, and a NBA champion, and is now being universally recognized as a top 5 player in the NBA. That was highway robbery what the OKC Thunder were able to get in exchange for Paul George services. Because they got 5 first-round draft picks, and that's how the Thunder built their championship team that just won a championship last year. So to me, that was the worst trade in NBA history, more so than the Luka Doncic trade. Now, let me get to the Dallas Mavericks firing Nico Harrison. When the Mavericks decided to trade Luka Doncic February 2nd, 2025, the Dallas Mavericks fan base had whispers about firing general manager Nico Harrison. Since the 2025 NBA season has began, Luka is averaging 37, 9, and 9. And the Lakers are off to an impressive 8-3 start. Meanwhile, the Dallas Mavericks are 11 games into the season, and they sit at 3-8 And now those same fans who were whispering about how Nico Harrison should have been fired as the general manager of the Dallas Mavericks, those whispers became screams. And it's one of those situations where, let's be real, when it comes to breakups and even a divorce in a marriage, more times than not, at the beginning of the breakup of the divorce, the man is enjoying himself. He's feeling great, feeling good. But I always hear about how as time goes along, the woman, she's crying in the beginning and upset about the divorce or the breakup, and the man is living his life, excited about the breakup and the divorce. And as time goes along, you get on social media and you go see your ex-girl or your ex-wife out here outside having fun and prospering in her career, and you thinking, damn, I had something good. And that's what the Dallas Mavericks are feeling right now because they traded away a generational talent in Luka Doncic, and they see how he is thriving in LA, averaging 37, 9, and 9, and the Lakers are off to a hot 8-3 start, even without the services of a LeBron James. Luka Doncic right now in the first 10 games of the NBA season is the early NBA MVP. Now, we got a long way to go, but he has my vote right now to win NBA MVP honors if the season were to end today. So those fans that were whispering about firing Nico Harrison when they traded Luka Doncic to the Lakers February 2nd, 2025, those whispers became screams once they seen how great the Lakers have started out the season and how great Luka is playing and seeing how bad their team is currently playing. Second point, there is no way in hell Nico Harrison trades a generational talent like Luka Doncic without Mavericks ownership signing off on this deal. And to me, Nico Harrison got screwed. And the reason why he got screwed was because Nico is the scapegoat of a decision that they made together. You mean to tell me Nico Harrison just went up to Dallas Mavericks ownership and told them, I'm trading Luka Doncic and there's nothing you are going to be able to do about it? No, that Dallas Mavericks ownership, this owner, Patrick Dumont, they signed off on Nico Harrison trading Luka Doncic to the LA Lakers. Make no mistake about it. Nico Harrison does not make this move without the approval of Dallas Mavericks ownership. So to me, Nico Harrison is being the scapegoat of a decision that they made together as an organization. But also, when you look at the trade itself, the one thing that I would say that Nico Harrison could have done better at was he could have got more for Luka. I'm looking at the trade on February 2nd, 2025. The Lakers, they got Luka, Markieff Morris, and Maxi Kleber. The Mavs got Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. And to me, if I were the Mavericks, there's no way in hell I'm trading Luka and not getting back Austin Reeves. You got to give me Austin Reeves. Otherwise, we have no deal. I'm not trading Luka Doncic and not receiving Austin Reeves and Anthony Davis, both in exchange for Luka's services. So that's the one thing I would say where Nico Harrison could have did a better job of. He could have got more from the Lakers than just Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. But besides that, I don't know where Nico Harrison went wrong, because when you look at the Dallas Mavericks, since they made the trade, Anthony Davis has only played in 14 games for the Dallas Mavericks. He's only played in 5 of the 11 games that the Mavericks have played this season. Kyrie Irving tore his ACL last season, so Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis never even got an opportunity to play together in Dallas. They never got an opportunity to play together. So to me, we know this trade was a win for the Lakers. We still don't know if this trade is a win for the Mavericks. And to me, the only reason why Dallas Mavericks ownership fired Nico Harrison is because of the fan base. They didn't fire Nico Harrison because Nico Harrison has not done a good job putting together a quality championship team, because Nico Harrison's plan did not come into fruition because Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis have both been dealing with injuries. We don't know if Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis could have possibly been contenders with the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference. We don't know because they didn't even get an opportunity to play together. So to me, the Mavericks ownership, they fired Nico Harrison because of the fans. That's why. I'm listening to ESPN's Brian Windhorst. He was on the Rich Eisen show, and he was talking about how Dallas Mavericks players are hearing about Nico Harrison and how the team needs to fire Nico Harrison and how it's impacting the Mavericks in a negative way, the basketball team. These are grown men that we're talking about here. These dudes making millions of dollars. Man up, go out there and play basketball and receive your $1 million weekly check. What the hell was Brian Windhorst talking about? Talking about, the Dallas Mavericks players were being impacted in a negative way, having to hear about the fans and their frustrations with Nico Harrison. What? You're NBA grown-ass basketball players. Go out there, play basketball, and man up. Now, the Dallas Mavericks right now, they are a mess. And the thing is, they probably are going to have to trade both Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis are the only valuable pieces that the Mavs have that they can trade to get draft picks. Because I was looking at the Mavs and their draft picks. The Mavs have a 2026 draft pick. I believe it's the first. They have one pick in the 2026 NBA draft, but they don't have a first round pick, I believe, or a pick period until the 2031 draft. It's insane. So if you are the Dallas Mavericks, in order to be able to make your team contenders, this is going to be a long journey. It's going to be a long journey in Dallas. So Dallas Mavericks fans, buckle up. Get ready. And the Dallas Cowboys are not going to save y'all, because the Cowboys ain't going to playoffs either. They ain't got a snowball chance in hell at making the playoffs in the NFC right now. So buckle up, get prepared for a long journey, because the Dallas Mavericks will not be NBA championship contenders anytime soon. It's gotten so bad for the Dallas Mavericks to where they got Cooper Flagg running the point. Cooper Flagg is a small forward. He's not a point guard. What the hell are they doing? I like their head coach and Jason Kidd. I like Jason Kidd. But to me, in order for the Dallas Mavericks to be in that championship conversation with the OKCs of the world, the Denver Nuggets of the world, the Houston Rockets of the world, they need to trade Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving and try and get some draft picks, because they don't have a single draft pick after next year until 2031. It's insane. So it's a mess right now down there in Dallas. But again, to me, Nico Harrison got screwed, and he is the scapegoat of a decision that the Dallas Mavericks organization made together with Nico Harrison and Dallas Mavericks owner Patrick Dumont. That was a decision that they made together. But they fired him because of the fans, not because of the Mavericks' terrible season. The Mavericks still can possibly make the playoffs once Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis return back to the floor. But those are my thoughts on the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic's situation right now as they have fired general manager Nico Harrison.
Go win, go win, go win.